So this was a pretty impromptu stream. Garth sent me a new keyboard and I got it a day early. So anyway, I want to welcome my vintage retro cyber friends. And this episode of What's in the Box is brought to you by the letter G and the number 4. Gee, I wonder what that's about. Anyway, let's take a look at what we got. Well, wrong camera. Let's try that again. There we go. And I need to move my mic. So here we go. This is the box that Garth sent me. He had a dead G4 sitting around for parts, and was willing to send me his keyboard. Because as you know, I picked this up for 20 bucks last week, and the keyboard has some issues. Several of the keys are just dead. I took it apart, tried to clean it, see if it would help. Didn't really make any difference, so there you are. And then I have a G3, and this keyboard actually works. I plugged it in, tried it out, but you might notice a little problem. The cable's not the same length, so when I went to put it in, this is as far as it would go to the right. So that's not going to work. And I thought, well, you know, I could take this apart. I could try to move this cable, but these things are sandwiched together. And I considered, well, maybe I could solder, scrape and then solder this together. And I'm like, forget it. It's not worth the trouble. So I saved all the keycaps because these are actually in pretty good shape. And that's just going to sit here. This is not a stinky keyboard. So if anybody needs a G3, iBook G3 keyboard, I've got one. So let's open the box and see what we got. Garth does a really good job of packing stuff. Nice quantity of bubble wrap. And before we get farther in this, let's see who's in the chat. Let me grab my mouse. So, who do we got? Sorry, I got to get the mouse all the way to the third monitor. So, we have Retro Mac UK. And Trina Snacknobabble, she must be at lunch. And Garth Beagle, hey Garth, glad you could make it. Let's see, who else do we have? Bill Goats, hey, how you doing, man? And I think, and Chris Angelus, I might be butchering that, I apologize. Yeah, that looks like that's who we've got today for a very short notice impromptu stream. So, yeah, I decided to change my intro. I'm working on the outro. I still don't have that up to date. It's a little old timey. It's the kind of music that I kind of like that form of. It's jazz technically, but it definitely has some bluegrass feel to it. And so I don't know. I might use them interchangeably instead of sticking to just one intro and outro. Nice static bag there. Oh, and of course we have the sus and monkey stickers to go with it. So those are very important. Thank you. Okay, so this is a little bit yellowed. If you compare these keys, this must have been white instead of gray. I'm not sure, but anyway, I might go to the trouble of swapping all the keys. It's a little tedious because these things have very, very small. Let me grab one of the keys so I can show you. Very tiny hooks on them. Come on, give me a key. There we go. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but they have very, very tiny little doohickey things on there for catching a very tiny spot, and they really sit very close, and it was very tedious to get them off. I managed not to break any of the keys, which I was surprised. So anyway, well, let's see if this thing works. So you can see the difference in the cable length. Thank you, Apple, for making a compatible keyboard with a different cable. So, all right. So we will move this out of the way. So I got this laptop for 20 bucks. Guy wanted 30, offered him 20. He had a couple of other offers for 30, but they never showed up or anything. So he's like, you know, told him I was, you know, a collector and what I was going to do. And he's like, oh, cool. So we will plug. I need to put my glasses on. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong glasses. Okay. Okay, the connector is on there. Get this cable fished back through. So how is everybody doing? Hey, Rudy. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, 3 monitors. I've got this really old, junky Insignia TV monitor thing that's junk, but I use it on the bench so I can see the chat while I'm on the bench. So I'm constantly losing my mouse over here when I move it. Yeah, this you talk about the laptop. I kind of like the color of the laptop. The keyboard, you know, as Garth warned me, is a bit tainted. So Rudy, I'm glad you could join. All right, so let's get this done. So this goes here. I actually did some screw management to make sure I didn't lose screws. What did I do with the tools, though? Where did I put the tools? Pardon me while I look for the tool. Oh, duh. Right here. If you guys aren't using this, this is the Harbor Freight version of the iFixit kit, and it's actually pretty good. You know, it's pretty much got the same parts, you know, the same tips and everything. You've got, oh, you can't really see that. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. Okay. So you've got, you know, basically the same things. You've got, you know, spongers or whatever you call those. You've got some tweezers. You've got the guitar picks, the little separator thing, and this tool. And you've got the same bits that you have with the iFixit kit. So this, my eldest daughter has an iFixit kit. I kind of like the shape of this. I know that RetroTech or Die did a review of this, and he also kind of liked the feel of it, and you know, it's a pretty good handle. Anyway, so let's. Oh, I believe this is a Phillips screw. Get these back on. Yes, I'm going to assemble it before I test it, because that's what I do. I have complete faith that Garth sent me a working keyboard. Oh, come on. All right. This thing has been, someone's been at it to upgrade the RAM. There was loose screws, and there's a screw missing from this to hold it down. But 3 of them are here out of 4, so good enough for me. You know, when I work on cars, I usually end up with extra parts. Oh yeah, and we've got a Airport Extreme. Ooh. Let's move this back over. All right. So we'll put this into, because we operate on the theory that everything's going to work. So why not assemble it all? Okay. We've got our nice contrasting color keyboard. It really sets it off. Yeah, it's a really nice color. And we've got our power supply. So I'm glad everybody could join on such short notice. I actually had to take the morning off so I could go get some labs done. And because unfortunately when I moved, I didn't move primary care physician, so I have to drive an hour to go to a lab for them to draw blood. So that's fun. Alright, so we got power. Let's see if it works. So we're going to move this so you can see the screen and the keyboard a bit better. So obviously I haven't really cleaned this thing up yet. It's still kind of grungy. I don't know if I'm going to replace the hard drive in this or just leave it as is until it dies. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with it yet. Nice laptop though. I suppose I'll use it until the graphics dies. It's typically what happens with these things. And we wait. So I'm also going to be live streaming tomorrow at noon. I've got a proof of concept HyperCard game that is 2-player on Apple Talk. So that if you're on an Apple Talk network, you can play 2-player. I tried it out on 2 physical machines I have here, and also using Infinite Mac, and it works there too. I plan on incorporating that into some of my games. And then the other thing I'm looking into is there were some efforts previously. The what is it, MK86 MK? I can't remember. Some people, oh, it'll be 10 a.m. Sorry, not noon. Today is noon. Tomorrow's 10 a.m. There was some effort to do a hosted version of the Linux compatible NetTalk software that on a server, and that way you're able to connect remotely to have a server. But anyway, more about that tomorrow. So it's got issues with the time, of course. Oh yeah, it's trying to connect to a network. We're not going to do that right now. But let's see if the keyboard works. So go into applications, bring up text edit. And let's see. Now is the time for all men to come to the aid of their country. The classic. And then there's May I Mambo dog face on the banana patch. It appears to be working. 6, 7. Uh-oh. Yeah, 7 was a little bouncy there, but it worked. 0 plus QWERTYU ASDF. Yeah. So far, so good. Yay! Clicky keyboard. All right, so it works. Thank you, Garth. So, anyway, that's it. I just wanted to do a quick stream. I have to go back to work at 1 o'clock, so I'm only going to hang out for a few minutes here. But, yay, it works. Now I just need to replace all the keys. That'll be fun. But that'll be nice. I can use these keys that I took from the other keyboard, and it'll match. And then maybe I'll experiment with retrobrighting. I have never retrobrighted anything, but these keys could probably use it. But anyway, so that's it. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. I'll be. It's a version of tic-tac-toe, but it's got a twist to it. So it's just a proof of concept game. I don't expect anyone to really play it or have fun with it. But I've got other games that are single player with an AI that could be made into 2-player. So I want to do that. But anyway, so it all works. Yay. So what are people doing this weekend? Anything? You know, they might just clean up well with a little bit of alcohol. So let's... I keep trying to use the touchpad instead of the mouse button on this thing. I got some IPA here. Okay, come on. Quit. Quit. No, I don't want you to save. There it goes. Yeah, I understand, Rudy. And you do enough as it is with the time that you do have. So completely understand. I'm going to record it. Anybody could watch it later if they want to. So let's do a little work on the... it is making a bit of a difference. Not much though. Oh, and this enter key looks like it's got a... Is that a crack or just a pencil mark? Can't tell. Anyway, yeah, it's not really doing much to it. So, but like I said, I'll just put these keys on. It'll all be good. And you don't have to plug in an external keyboard on this now for it to work. So, otherwise, you know, it's a pretty nice little laptop. So, all right. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining. Like I said, real short and sweet little thing. And I will see you guys all this weekend. I might have time to jump on Dave's stream Sunday. I'm not sure. But, all right.